All right. Really appreciate all the fans and families that came out to support us. It was nice to have that support on the road. We knew we were going to have a battle. They did the same exact thing to Nebraska on the road. We're leading at the half. Their new coach has done a really good job, bringing energy and adding some wrinkles. And their team's playing with a lot of energy and juice right now. Early in the game, we just made too many mistakes. We've been one of the more disciplined teams in the country, and we had too many penalties. We had more penalties, I think, in the first quarter, 4 or 5, than we typically have in a whole game. I think we're averaging 4 penalties a game. We just kept giving them life. Just kept giving them life. So we were able to come in at halftime. I don't want to say we're a second half team because we're trying to change that, and we've done a better job of that here recently. But today it helped us coming in and telling the guys, look, don't worry, stick to the plan. We're a second half team. We're going to come out and make some adjustments. They had done some things defensively a little bit different this week. And then offensively, they did a good job. Their quarterback's very accurate. And they got good receivers, and they were able to kind of get the ball out of their hands quick with underneath passing game, short game, quicks, and then receiver screens as well to try to eliminate our defensive line. So it was a good plan for them. But overall, we were able to come out and make some plays in the second half and get a lot of guys experience, so that was positive.
James, Brandon Smith's interception, can you describe what kind of impact that had?
Yeah, turnovers, when they were doing such a good job controlling the ball, the turnovers were huge. So Brandon's he's got really good football intelligence. He's got really good instincts. And then not only that, you saw his athleticism. After he caught the ball, he was able to, make a big run, break some tackles. What an awesome story that is. And we've had 2 years in a row. Last year we got Nassib, and this year you got B. Smith just doing some wonderful things. It's awesome. It's awesome. So I'm really happy. I'm really happy with those guys.
With the Saquon, you had him in the slot there a little bit. What does that do to the defense, or what's the rationale behind that when you run him in the backfield like that?
Well, we're lining up in some empty sets, which we haven't done a whole lot of this year. A lot of times you can get people into an empty check, whether it's cover 2 or whether it's quarter half or whatever it may be. Then you motion back in the backfield and you get better looks. You get better looks in the box and running situations and things like that. So you see a lot of people across the country do it. Something we've been working on for multiple weeks, just hadn't really used a whole lot. And today it was able to help us get some things going.
How did Saquon's first possession with those 2 long receptions and 3-yard rushing touchdown help set the tone for that offense for the rest of the game?
Well, I don't know if it really did set the tone because we went down the first drive and did really well, and then we stalled out for a little while.
You said about Brendan Mann. It seemed like a lot of your big runs were off the right tackle today. There's a really good job sealing the corner there. How does he progress since the beginning of the season?
Yeah, he's doing a really nice job. We're pleased with him. He's kind of the model. He's got the length to play tackle. He's got the physicality to play guard. Creates a lot of flexibility. He's kind of taken that position and really run with it right now. Early in the season, he had some growing pains, and he's learned from it. I'm really proud of him. I really am. He's been durable, and I don't think Paris probably gets enough credit. I mean, Paris handled a really tough situation. Was the starter all last year. Had not been starting this year, and now he's come in. And what a first game to get your starters against Ohio State, and has played really well now. So I'm happy with him, and really the whole group. Starts with Brian Guy in the center, his leadership and making the calls and setting the fronts and things like that. Has done a really nice job.
James, how important is it to win on the road for the first time in 2 years in a true road game? I mean, is that something that the guys talked about, coaches talked about, and how important is it to come out here and win like this?
We didn't talk about it. But yeah, it's important to win each week, whether you're home or on the road. This was the most important game on our schedule because it was the next game on the schedule. We'll start breaking down the film on the plane ride home. Try to enjoy it for a couple hours, and then get up tomorrow morning and get to work on the next game.
How important was it to get some young guys snaps today, and also to reduce the snaps to some of your older guys because you were ahead late?
Yeah, I thought that was significant. We haven't really had an opportunity to do that a whole lot since we've been here. Have that type of game where you're able to get some guys experience, especially when we were at 65 scholarships and 75 scholarships, a lot of wear and tear on those guys. So to have a game like this where you're able to get some guys in It's hard because you see the clock, there's 14 minutes left in the game, and you're sitting there saying a lot of things can happen in 14 minutes, and when is the right time to put guys in? It's always after the fact. You never put them in fast enough, or you get situations where you put them in too early. So it was great to get guys like Tommy and all the running backs and the receivers, and I think Monk got in there and got some work. A bunch of the linebackers, Cooper at middle linebacker, even Aaron Monroe and Jarvis got work at safety. So that's really valuable. That's really valuable.
What are some reasons you think this group in particular is so good in the second half? What do you guys do at the half and halftime that makes everybody come out and play very well in the second half?
I don't know. I don't know what the exact answer is. We've made some changes that allowed us to start faster. We actually started pretty fast, getting a drive in the opening, getting a touchdown in the opening drive, and then we just kind of stalled out. They were playing a style of defense where they basically were forcing you to take shots down the field. We keep seeing that a lot with Saquon. If you go back and watch the tape, almost every rep, everybody was within 7 or 8 yards of the line of scrimmage. We were trying to run the ball in there and be patient with the running game, but at some point you just got to take shots down the field and loosen them up that way, and we were able to do that. So I think that was probably the biggest difference. We had some success running the ball in the first drive, felt like we could continue doing that, stalled out a little bit, and then once we kind of opened it up, I think it helped everything.
Did you think about
bringing your own juice? When you got the guys in the locker room before you came out for the kickoff, did you feel like there was enough juice there?
Yeah, I didn't have a sense. I didn't have a sense that we weren't in the right mindset Friday night. We were in really good shape. We actually even gave them juice boxes like my daughter drinks. I mean, we tried everything. But I didn't feel like that was an issue. I mean, I've been around teams where they are jacked in pregame, and then you don't play that way. And I've seen the opposite. So I got out of that prediction business based on body language in pregame. It's hard to tell. And I don't really think that was our issue today. I think these guys played really well. And like I said, they did the same thing to Nebraska last year. I think as the game went on, we just kind of warmed down a little bit.
Did you think about it during the week, whether you guys would be in the right mindset, and did you even deal with it with the team, or just ignore it like it's another game? Following Ohio State.
Yeah, we talked about that all week long, that I think in my press conference, as well as when you guys came to practice, that we had changed some things up. This was going to be a different environment. I wasn't worried about the last game carrying over to this game. I was worried about going from the whiteout, which was as good of an environment in all of college football, and this was going to be a little bit different than that. So that's what I wanted to make sure. So we didn't play music at practice, did a lot of different things to make sure that our energy was coming from ourselves and our love for the game and our love for each other, our love for Penn State, and be able to come out and play well on the road for a number of reasons. But no, we didn't really talk about that a whole long. We just talked about preparing them for a different environment than what we had last week.
Time for two more. Based on that your team started to show a higher maturity level, handling success, and then coming out here?
I think so. I think, you guys have heard me say it enough. We're a young team, but we're handling things well. Hi, Saquon. We're handling things well, maturing every single day, maturing every single game. We still can get a lot better. We really can. This is going to be great film to watch, make some adjustments, learn from some of the things that happen. Like you mentioned, a bunch of the young players, this is going to be great film for them. So yeah, it was a good deal, and I'm proud of our guys. We kind of keep growing and maturing, finding different ways to win. I mean, you think about Minnesota, that win, what that was like. You think about the Maryland game, what that win was like. You think about Ohio State, what that win. These are all different, even today. They're all different types of wins, and I think that's what you have to do to develop into a good football team and a good football program. You got to learn how to win all different ways. Ugly wins, pretty wins, however you want to describe them. You got to find ways to win. That's all that matters.
James, obviously the tackling improved in the second half, but after those first two drives, it seems like you were more willing to jump into sub packages. How did both of those affect your success moving forward when they were at 14 points and obviously they finished with 24?
Yeah, I think early on, they did some things, got in bunch and ran some, they were doing some check with me stuff and kind of looking at us and seeing that we were man coverage and running some bunch pick routes and things like that, which is smart. I didn't think we were challenging routes enough. 3rd and 5, and we're sitting at 7 yards, so the safety rolling down or as a linebacker, just a little bit too much cushion. we got to do a better job of that. We really do. I think the sub packages help with that a little bit, but I think more than anything, we just did a better job of understanding situations and taking the air out of and the space out of some of the routes and some of the coverages.
Did you ever have a sense of when or an instinct on the sideline of when saying what might break?
No. I mean, yeah, if I did, yeah, no. I mean, I think he's the type of player we would all admit that he's got a chance to break one every play. That's why he's exciting. That's why he's one of the better running backs in college football. I will tell you this. Before that drive started, Joe goes, Coach, after this 81-yard touchdown, do you want to go for 2 or kick the extra point? And everybody kind of looked at him like he was crazy, and then there goes Saquon, jump over 3 people and score a touchdown.
That really happened?
Yeah. Yeah, because it's funny because Dowry comes back to the sideline and goes, do you believe that? Yeah, it literally happened.
Coach.